And here we go, Hot Network, welcome to Hot Pro Wrestling's Bash on the Brazos. I am Tyler Foster, joined by my partner for tonight, and maybe forever, Tyler Jett.
Here's hoping.
And we get things started with the Hot Pro Wrestling debut of El Jefe, Tony Snow, and he is throwing money into the crowd.
This is the only time I wish I was in the crowd instead of over here with you, Tyler. I could have caught one of those. Those are $100 bills he was throwing. I could have paid my rent with a handful of what he just threw out. Of course, Brixton.
And Jet, we are getting our first look at El Jefe Tony Snow's United Nations of Domination. Where you see Ultra Ego, Brixton Shaw, the head coach, Chad Delvigne, and joined by Tony Snow. And in their first appearance as a tag team here in Hot, they have a chance to walk away with the Hot Tag Team Championships currently held by Stevie Hendrix, Prince Alexander, Purple Haze.
It's crazy that their debut here is a title match. Not every team gets to do that, and I think we mentioned it during the pre-show that I'm fairly certain Tony Snow greased a few palms with that stack of money he keeps in the inside breast pocket of that suit he's wearing.
Yeah, you see all the money he's walking out here with, and you're looking at his boys Delvigne and Shaw. Again, their first appearance as a tag team, a championship opportunity. Very unconventional, but El Jefe got it done one way or the other.
Well, when you've got the connections that he has, probably not too hard to get your way.
Now as we get ready to meet two of the most popular competitors, not only just here at Hot Pro Wrestling, but anywhere they go.
Stevie Hendrix, Prince Alexander,
Purple Haze, not only popular with the crowd, but also popular with a lot of the guys in the back. These guys, I feel like, competed a lot longer without these titles than they really should have. These guys are absolutely fantastic at what they do. Both of them great competitors, both of them fantastic athletes, and this is only their first defense of these Hot Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles since they won them a couple months ago.
It is Purple Haze putting their new titles on the line for the first time since they won them from the Scorn. Of course, last month, back in Aftermath in Axtell, Prince Alexander, Stevie Hendrix, they joined Brick Savage and our hot champion, Tiger Pants, in a 4-on-4 tag team elimination main event. But now the champs putting that gold on the line and against a challenge of a team that, to the best of my knowledge, they have never met before. In Chad Delvigne and Brixton Shaw.
Let's see if money can buy you championships, Tyler.
But we're gonna find out, and what a way to kick things off. Here, a sold-out Waco Convention Center here in Waco, Texas, for Hot Pro Wrestling's Bash on the Brazos. And no better way to kick things off with a championship match and Purple Haze defending their tag team titles.
Absolutely. Can you believe that? We are sold out tonight. This is a sold-out crowd, which I think is a first here for Hot Pro Wrestling. It's the first time we've been here in the Waco Convention Center, and also the first time, our first show here, we sell it out.
The first time, you gotta think after this, probably not the last time. As we get things going, our first match of the night, as referee Carl Knight, the man in charge. This one, and he's got a lot to handle, not only with the 4 competitors in the ring, but you got to keep your eye on Tony Snow out on the floor as well.
You got to think that Tony Snow is going to be the equalizer in this match. If the United Nations of Domination can't get it done themselves, you have to believe that El Jefe is going to step in and do whatever he can to make sure those belts come home with his team.
Well, there he is, getting a good look at those title belts now in the hands of the referee as we get ready to get this one underway. And El Jefe, Tony Snow, he wanted me to make sure to let everybody know, the viewing audience, that that suit that he's wearing tonight is salmon. It's salmon, it is not pink.
No, that is pink. Salmon, I think, has a bit more orange in it. Tony Snow going back and forth with some of the fans in the crowd.
There is our bell. We are underway. Hot Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships at stake. Here is Prince Alexander starting for the champions. Chad Delvigne starting for the challengers.
Of course, the challengers named the United Nations of Domination simply because both men are from different countries. You got Brixton Shaw from England. You got Chad Delvigne from France. So these two came together and created this team. And yeah, let's see if they dominate or not. I mean,
now Brixton Shaw, the man from across the pond. Of course, the powerhouse of his team, waiting there on the apron as Chad Delvigne of French heritage, the head coach, Chad Delvigne, now having his arm dropped right across the shoulder of Prince Alexander.
If Purple Haze is going to win this match, they need to keep doing what they're doing right now. Picking out one of them, softening up a little bit. And really, they need to showcase some of that athleticism that they're known for.
And Delvigne finding his way to the rope there, making Prince Alexander have to break, giving himself a little bit of breathing room, at least for the moment.
Tony Snow out of here absolutely livid that Chad Delvigne not on top right now. Oh.
Well, that's changed in a hurry. Is now Delvigne. This reverse chinlock in control of Prince Alexander.
Well, I think he's yelling at the crowd more now that Chad is actually in control of this match. I
that
can't
gives him a little bit of an opening now. He's not as worried about what's happening in the ring. He can focus more on the crowd.
I can't tell what this guy actually wants. I mean, he yells at the crowd whenever his team is losing. He yells at the crowd when his team is winning. This man is impossible to please.
And Prince Alexander, quick back to his feet. Sweeps the leg out from under Delvigne. Only able to get a 2 count as Delvigne tries to take control, but go behind and another go behind. And Prince Alexander with a go behind. And finally Delvigne with the elbow connecting to the side of the head of Alexander. Big back body drop from one half of the tag team champions.
This is what I mean by the athleticism of Purple Haze, because not only do they have the athleticism when it comes to speed, they've also got that combination of strength as well. Look, the back body drop, the air he got.
Yeah, Chad Delvigne, you can only take so many of those before the body just completely gives out. Delvigne reaching out for the tag, but Prince Alexander quickly sending Delvigne to the Purple Haze corner.
You know, I've been there, I've done that, I know what that back body drop feels like, and let me tell you, it is not a walk in the park.
I can't imagine it would be.
A little double team in the corner action there. Brixton trying to come in, but the ref keeps stopping him from coming in.
Stevie Hendrix, the Hollywood Hellcat, legally in this one for the first time now. Trying his hand with Chad Delvigne. And again, you've seen here in the early goings, Purple Haze trying to cut the ring in half, keep Chad Delvigne on their side of the ring and as far away from Brixton Shaw as possible.
Stevie moving like a pinball, bouncing all over the place, really using that speed. See, there's the agility I'm talking about. And there's some of the experience kicking in. He knew that Chad was going to try to block that chop, so he just baited him.
Waited, went right under the block, got what he wanted. But look at Delvigne pulling the leg out from under Hendrix. Stevie Hendrix crashing down face first into the top turnbuckle. And now, really for the first time, we're getting to see the United Nations of Domination kind of take control here in this match. Delvigne pulling Hendrix in, looking for the cover.
Delvigne no slouch himself when it comes to the athleticism, and the guy can move, the guy's strong, the guy's quick. This all comes down to who has the most heart, who wants these titles the most.
And here's our first look in this one at the Ultra Ego, Brixton Shaw.
As someone who stood across the ring from Brixton Shaw a time or two, I can tell you this man hits like a truck.
Look at Brixton Shaw from England. Every time I've ring announced for him, he's given me his weight in stone, and I don't really know exactly how much he does weigh because I don't know that measurement.
I don't know the conversion rate from pounds to stone,
but you look at him and
you know it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy probably does get weighed in rocks.
You're looking at a powerhouse with Purple Haze finding a way to cut the big man down. A little double team effort from the tag team champions, Prince Alexander, Senton.
And this is one of the advantages Purple Haze has, is they have time, they have experience working as a team, so they've had time to come up with these offensive maneuvers that they can use quickly like that. I don't think the United Nations of Domination have been together long enough to really develop that sort of tag team offense.
Now, of course, this duo just recently put together by Tony Snow. We don't really know if they have any real tag team experience together or not. If not, they're getting thrown into the deep end right here, in with the hot tag team champions. Brixton Shaw not going to let that 10th right hand from Prince Alexander connect.
Dropping him right on the corner. There's the experience of Brixton Shaw.
A little snake eyes in the corner from Brixton Shaw.
Power, the raw power of Brixton Shaw. I mean, it's terrifying. This guy, for as quick as he is, how strong he is. I mean, the guys in there throwing around Purple Haze like they weigh nothing.
Shaw continuing to go to work on Prince Alexander, and you can see them getting closer and closer to the United Nations of Domination corner here. Something we saw from Purple Haze while they were in control, but it seems like the challengers, they've got some solid tag team strategy behind them as well.
Looks like they're planning some sort of tag team maneuver here. He's looking over at the corner at Chad, asking him. No, he's going for the pin.
Brixton looked like he was maybe looking for a power bomb or possibly a pile driver there. Instead, just dropping down, looking for the cover. Now punishing Prince Alexander a little more, putting all of his weight across the back of the neck of Alexander, whose throat is up against the middle rope.
That is a lot of weight. And also, here's the equalizing factor is that you got Chad out there on the apron who is still participating in this match, regardless of whether he's legal or not.
And Chad Delvigne using the referee's distraction there to get a shot in on Alexander as Brixton Shaw goes right back to work, and this could do it. We might be, thought we could have been looking at new champions right there, but Prince Alexander, the ever resilient Prince Alexander, still able to kick out.
Ever resilient indeed. I mean, you're gonna have to do a lot. You're gonna have to put this guy through a lot in order to keep his shoulders down for that 3 count. I mean, this guy, they fought so hard for for those tag titles. And now these guys don't want to lose them on their first defense, so it's going to take an absolute load of damage to keep this man down for the 3 count.
We saw the exchange made there in the corner. Chad Delvigne back in. Prince Alexander in desperate need of a tag. He needs to find a way to get to Stevie Hendrix, so this match might not last much longer.
You got El Jefe still out here walking around the corner. You got to think that at some point this man is going to do whatever he has to do to make sure his team comes home, even if he has to buy the win. I mean, he's got enough money in those pockets. I'm pretty sure he can just pay Purple Haze to drop, just fall down and take a 3 count. Just take a dive.
You could try. I mean, a great man did once say everybody has a price, so maybe we could find that out.
Yeah.
Chad Delvigne
arguing with the ref.
Behind the referee's back, Prince Alexander just rolled over and tagged his partner, Stevie Hendrix. Yeah, I don't think the referee's going to allow this.
No, the referee didn't see the tag. Carl, you've got to pay attention.
The referee, Carl Knight's attention was over in the United Nations of Domination corner, and he is sending Stevie Hendrix back to the apron.
So Prince Alexander actually makes the tag. Stevie comes in, but is then kicked out because referee Carl Knight had his back turned to it. I mean, how do you miss something that easy?
Well, that's the unfortunate thing in a situation like this. Everybody saw the tag made, but the only person who can truly enforce it, the referee, was the one person who didn't see it. So he can only call what he sees. And unfortunately for Prince Alexander, that has put him in an even worse situation here, stuck in the Shaw Delvigne corner. Look over on the other side of the El Jefe he was getting dangerously close there to Stevie Hendrix.
Yeah, you think he might be over there trying to give him a little bit of a payoff so that he doesn't get back in this match?
You see that big roll of cash right there in one hand, the cane in the other hand.
I mean, the man had so much money, he threw money into the crowd whenever he came out. Came out the curtain, throwing $100 bills at the crowd, not even the front row. He threw it to the guys that couldn't even afford the front row.
Oh, Prince Alexander finding a little bit of light there at the end of the tunnel, but it just got shut down by Brixton Shaw. Look at that knee right into the temple. Shaw, the cover, hooks the leg, but Prince Alexander.
It's just not enough.
There's still something left.
Prince Alexander's got a lot of fight left in him, and I believe it.
And Brixton Shaw doing everything he can to drive that last little bit out of Prince Alexander. The knee to the spine and then a kick following it up.
He's doing at his absolute best, but he needs to get Prince Alexander back towards their corner. You really want to cut that ring in half, make sure he never crosses that equator, because the closer you get to that corner, the better chance he has of slipping away, making that tag, and then you've got a fresh competitor in, not the guy you've spent the last 10 minutes just softening up, just tenderizing at this point.
Brixton Shaw sending Prince Alexander through the ropes out to the floor right at the feet of Tony Snows. I think he got a shot in with that cane, and there was one for Stevie Hendrix as well.
I told you, Tyler Foster. At some point, El Jefe is going to do whatever he has to do to make sure that his team comes out on top.
But Tony Snow making good use of that cane on not only Prince Alexander, but Stevie Hendrix as well. And now Brixton Shaw with a headbutt on Alexander. They're out there in the aisle. And if you're Brixton Shaw, you got to be aware you can't win the titles on a count out.
Nope, you have to get him back in the ring, either pinfall or submission. The only ways to go home with those belts, so you have to be ultra aware.
Now Shaw
get him back in the ring.
Bringing Prince Alexander back to ringside and ramming his lower back into the ring apron.
Rolls him back in. There we go. There's a heads-up play by the veteran Brixton Shaw.
Shaw right into the cover, hooks the leg, but again, still not enough to take these titles away from the firm grasp of Purple Haze.
At this point, if you're Brixton Shaw and Chad Delvigne, you have to be wondering what exactly more you have to do to this guy to get him to actually stay down.
Chad Delvigne tagged back in, and some nice teamwork there shown from the United Nations of Domination.
I feel like they've given him pretty much anything that they could think of. They've hit him with everything, and he still just won't stay down, Tyler.
Well, they brought the fight to Prince Alexander here, but have not come up with a way yet to keep him down for a 3 count. And if I know either member of Purple Haze, it's very unlikely they're going to give up, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. These guys don't know the meaning of the word quit.
And again, you see some of the damage that's been done to Stevie Hendrix on the floor. Yeah, he's the fresher man, but is he in the best of shape if Prince Alexander can get there and make the tag?
The crowd really getting behind Purple Haze right now as Prince Alexander starts to fight back.
Oh, Prince Alexander able to get out, land on his feet. He had the right idea, and he went to the wrong side.
See, a maneuver like that could really turn the tides, Tyler. Now, can he get up and get to his corner and tag in Stevie Hendrix, the fresh competitor who hasn't been in this match in quite some time?
After the enziguri from Alexander, this is the best chance he's had in quite a while to get there and make this tag. But can he get there? Here's the thing, Alexander, Delvigne makes the tag to Shaw. There it is, Stevie Hendrix. Referee saw it this time for sure. The Hollywood Hellcat, now the legal man, and doing a number on both Shaw and Delvigne.
Well, Shaw and Delvigne both have been in and out of this match, so they're tired. Stevie hasn't been in this match since the very beginning, so he's fresh. He's basically had a break over there just watching his tag partner just get tenderized. Yep. So you got to think, he's got a little bit of malice coming into this thing.
Big splash in the corner from Hendrix. Hendrix out of the way. Brixton Shaw crashes in to his own partner. And Hendrix, tornado DDT out of the corner with a little shot onto Chad Delvigne as well.
This is where the lack of communication, the lack of experience working as a tag team really comes into play. You see, he was able to exploit the lack of communication between Brixton and Chad and ended up causing Brixton to splash his own partner in the corner.
Yeah, we've seen 1 or 2 miscues now from the United Nations of Domination. Not totally unexpected. Again, a pretty new tag team here as far as working together, or Purple Haze is absolutely not.
Well, Purple Haze came in here. They're on the same page. They work together extremely well. That's the experience they've had of tagging together all this time.
That Death Valley driver, well, sit out position from Hendrix. Prince Alexander now headed to the top. Look at Tony Snow was trying to hook the foot of Alexander with his cane.
Oh, Chad Delvigne dragging. Oh, he just dragged Prince Alexander from the ring and threw him into the ring post.
Then referee Carl Knight, I think his hand was about to go down for 3, but El Jefe Tony Snow, I think, just flashed that money in his face.
I've told you time and time again, Tyler, Tony is going to do whatever he can.
Oh, even if the low blow.
Even if it means buying off the referee.
The low blow for Brixton Shaw. Snow just handed something to Brixton.
What was that? He hit him with some sort of face.
Yeah, he put something around his knuckles, and I think he knocked out Stevie Hendrix. That's it.
He just hit him with some brass knuckles or something? I couldn't see what exactly he used. He used some sort of weapon while the referee's back was turned. And just like that, Tyler Foster, we have new hot pro wrestling tag team champions.
Unbelievable in their first outing as a tag team in hot pro wrestling.
The first match of the night, we're seeing tag titles changing hands.
Chad Delvigne, Brixton Shaw, led by El Jefe Tony Snow, the United Nations of Domination, have knocked off Purple Haze and are your new hot pro wrestling tag team champions. I can't say that this is how I expected to start the show off here tonight.
Absolutely not. And I mean, they did. They lived up to their name. They came out here and they found a way to dominate throughout pretty much that entire match.
They did absolutely that. El Jefe Tony Snow, a more than successful debut here at Hot.
And a more than successful businessman, obviously.
And obviously he played a big part in this title change here, making sure these titles lead with Brixton and Chad.
He played an even bigger part in getting this match set up in the first place. He gave
Unreal
some money
start and plenty more still to come. But El Jefe's got a mic.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, rednecks, hillbillies, sweathogs, I told you all we were coming. I told you all I cared about was gold, and I told you we would win it. And I always deliver. Here, guys, you got your payday. There you go. That's for you. Look, I got one for you too, Chad. There you go. Y'all earned it. HOT Wrestling is the United Nations